We have learned to solve problems and figure things out. We've learned to think independently and be self-reliant. In fact, this attitude is actually encouraged. Weren't you told to take responsibility for your own success, to think for yourself? Didn't you hear things like, if you want to know who to blame, just look in the mirror? I know these are the things that I was told. Our world tells us to do what makes you happy. Focus on self-care and talk about how you feel. But do you realize that when you focus more on yourself, you actually intensify the problem? Our culture says to strive, to thrive, and survive. All these words end in "ive." Did you notice that? Strive, thrive, survive. "I've." It leads us to saying things like, I've got to make it happen. I've got to make the difference. I've got to accomplish this goal. But be very careful, because things that are built by your own strength will require your own strength to maintain them. If you force your way through to have what you want, you will always have to use force to keep it. And if you buy your position, you will always have to come up with more money to sustain it. Have you accomplished the goals that you set back in 2021 or 2020 or 2010? What's actually changed? Are the methods and the strategies that you've been using giving you the peace and prosperity that you truly desire? Are you still thinking to yourself, there's got to be more to life than this? There's a verse in the Bible that says, if God doesn't build the house, the builders only build shacks. If God doesn't guard the city, the night watchman might as well nap. Are you setting goals for the new year, determined that you're going to make them happen because you want them to happen? So you're determined to, as the world says, hustle and grind your way to the top. Stop for a minute. Do you know that hustle means to fraud or swindle? And grind means to gradually weaken or destroy. What is it that we truly want? Is it to be debt-free, or is it to live without financial worry? Is it to get a better job, or is it to experience respect and significance? Is it to accomplish a goal, or is it to find purpose in our lives? I coach leaders on how to live a life by God's design, how to make this paradigm shift. And while it may be simple, it isn't easy. It's not. Choosing a life by God's design guarantees, as Ephesians 4:14 says, that we no longer be like babies. We will not be people who are always changing like a ship that the waves carry one way and then the other. We will not be influenced by every new teaching we hear from people who are trying to deceive us, and those who make clever plans and use every kind of trick to fool others into following the wrong way. So what and who are you following? And what and who are you listening to?